Welcome to Yes the Stripper Podcast, a podcast for all sex workers. On this podcast, we'll discuss how classifying each other as people and workers is dangerous to society and marginalized groups of people. We'll also talk about the climate in and outside of the clubs and all the amazing things us sex workers do. I'm so inspired and in awe with each and every one of you, and I'm always excited for what's going to be shared next. I'm your stripper queen from the north, Onyx, and this is Yes a Stripper Podcast. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Yes a Stripper Podcast. I'm your stripper queen from the north, Onyx. I'm so excited for this one, but before we get to it, let me just remind you that this is now a listener-funded podcast, and we are now accepting donations. So head on over to our new website, yesthestripperpodcast.com. Look for those donation buttons all over the page and give us your money, because this will go a long way helping our fellow sex workers who've been out of work during the pandemic, pay for our future guests, and of course, the hosts, because we all need to survive, right? So any donation will help. I'm just fucking it up today.
I got your back though. I'm coming in with the
yeah.
Yes.
One more time. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Yes, the Stripper Podcast. I'm your stripper queen, Onyx, and hey, everyone. Okay, last time. What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone, and welcome to Yes, the Stripper Podcast. I'm your stripper queen from the north, Onyx. I'm so excited for this one today, but before we get to it, let me just remind you that this is now a listener-funded podcast, and we are accepting donations. So head on over to our new website, www.yesthestripperpodcast.com, and kindly give us your money. These donations will go a long way helping our fellow sex workers who have been out of work during the pandemic, our future guests, and the host, because we all need to survive. So let's get to it. I have stalked this person on Instagram for a while, but that's how we met. And I feel like over the years, we've become pen pals and always hyping each other up. Now, yeah.
Yes, for sure. You're like, you're my soulmate in a different country.
That's what I'm talking about. There aren't many Black strippers in Alberta, Canada, where I'm from. So it was really nice to meet another Black beauty strong queen that I could relate to and can relate to. She's a beautiful human inside and out, has performed on concert stages, various competitions she's won, and an all-around powerful beast of an athlete. You need to teach me your handstand ways.
Girl, no,
actually though,
your way, honey. You're a whole beast. There's a beast in you. There's a beast in you. Like you dope.
You hear that accent, people? You know she's from the U.S., even though I'm from Canada. Welcome, my sister from the U.S., Shayla.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm from America. My name is Shayla. I've been in this industry for a while. So, yeah, I got some tips and tricks.
Tricks. Great to hear them all. Tell us your pronouns.
Just she, her. I'm a cisgender female.
Nice.
Born in Akron, me, LeBron James, just two kids from the 330. You know, just breeds greatness.
So where did you say you're from in the U.S.?
I'm born and raised in Akron, Ohio. I currently live in Nashville, Tennessee, which there are two different switches. So it was like a culture shock a little bit, like leaving what I'm comfortable with to just up and coming where I have like a handful of relatives. So that was a shock, but I love Nashville. I'm a little Southern belle now.
You look
a little bit.
Loving the look too. God, you need to teach me those edging ways, like how you get them to stick so perfectly. Obviously,
girl,
but you're looking good.
It's the product.
It's a technique that I need to learn. Not good at it.
You gotta tie the edges down, let them set while you do your face, and then you get that good. Like they just stay. I don't know. I'd be watching YouTube
Yeah, I've been
University,
seeing
baby.
that you've been posting a whole bunch of makeup tutorials and all the products to use, because look at your face right now, it's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
How long have you been doing makeup for and all that stuff?
Okay, so fun fact about me, I'm a 2-time beauty school dropout. No shame in my game. I'm being honest. We're here right now, but I like always loved the beauty industry growing up. My mom went to cosmetology school, so I always played with her heads. And then like back in 2012, I found like Jacqueline Hill, and then I just fell in love with makeup. So yeah, now I spend a shit ton of money on makeup. Like, if you ever want to know where my budget goes, baby, it's to makeup. Ulta, Sephora, MAC.
Yeah, one of those $300.
Sponsor your girl,
like 2 items.
Girl, a few items. Girl,
hey, but you look good.
Like hours in freaking makeup stores. Like, that's my thing. I love makeup. So, but at the same time, I've been in this industry for a while. So it goes into the overall aesthetics. Like when I started, dancing was more infamous than like trendy. So you ain't tell a lot of people you was a dancer, but there was just a look. Like you had to have this whole like package look of like a dancer. So they kind of go hand in hand. I still kind of take that like old school stripper mentality with me as I, you know, switch up my hustle to keep up with the younglings now.
I love how you mentioned that like you don't really tell people what you do. And that was like, because you're like a vet dancer as well. Because back in the day, there wasn't social media where we needed to promote ourselves. So now we do. So it's all over. Yeah.
It was like, it's still a huge switch for me because like I said, when I started dancing, if you tell people you were a dancer, you lost friends, you lost family. Like it's still some people that don't talk to me till this day that found out I was a dancer like back in the day. And like, I'm like, oh, well, shoot.
Good for you.
Yes, let me wipe my tears with my money, bitch. Like before, now it's just like, I don't care. Like, you can either love me or hate me. I don't care. This is what I do. You don't pay no bills around here. You're not financing me. Are you a financier? And your opinion doesn't matter. Like, that's just how I am now. But before it was kind of like hush hush. Like, no, you don't tell people where you going, what you doing. Now you kind of have to, because that's how you get your clientele to come into the club, or like when you're traveling. I hate to say like you build a fan base, but it's kind of like you do build a fan base. Like it's shocking now to see people that's like, I have never met. Like I've never met these people before. And I'll be like working in Cleveland and they'll like come into the club and be so excited to see me. Yeah. I'm like, what? Like little old me? Like
that's amazing.
Like, yes, Muffin Gang Gang. Muffin Gang.
She says, I love it. I love it. So that means that social media has changed for the better for sex workers all around, because now we can just promote ourselves.
I'll say both. Both. It's a double-edged sword, because then you have platforms like Instagram who are putting these laws into place that actually make it more difficult for us to promote our businesses as independent contractors. Like, granted, we work at a club, but we're independent contractors. So realistically, it's our promotion that brings people into the club to come and see us. And Instagram is making it a little hard for us. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I know I'm not a Victoria's Secret model, but it ain't nothing wrong to see everybody in their bra and panties. You let them ads go on. So why are you stopping a little business or an independent contractor that's doing the exact same thing? Let's be real. Go ahead and give everybody some ads on their page, so then you're making money off of everybody. So then you have nothing to complain about.
Yes.
That's really what it is. Cause me and Kim Kardashian ain't doing nothing different. Like, not to compare myself to like somebody of that, like, not saying that I'm like up there with Kim Kardashian, but I'm just saying all around what she posts to promote her Skims or her makeup line or her fragrance line isn't any different than like what we as exotic dancers or sex workers or whoever is posting to promote our business, our OnlyFans, things that help put money in our pocket so we can survive. It's no different. It's literally no different. So make it fair across the board or take the board off the table.
Yes, I like that saying. That's good. That's good.
I just made that one up, girl.
I loved it. Write that one down.
Off the dome. It just came to me.
Good. Where have you worked? Did you work in your hometown, Ohio, or did you leave that state and work somewhere else? And what are your favorite clubs?
Okay, so I'm going to age myself. I know I come off like
it's fun,
youthful and, you know, shitting sunshine and rainbows around here. But I've been in this industry for over a decade. I started working in Canton, Ohio, which is like 20 minutes from my hometown. I started working at the Christie's out there. Shout out to that club because it really opened my eyes to, it kind of started to mold me into the dancer that I am today. Cool. They had setups to where you couldn't dance to like 2 R&B songs together or 2 rap songs together. So I got into the mode of like dipping and dabbling in other genres of music on stage too. So I started dancing there. I did dance in Akron. The club that I worked at was called Mars. It used to be Platinum Horse. Now it's a completely different name. And did I cut out?
I'll edit that out. Yeah, I cut out a bit.
Sorry. Somebody was calling me and I'm like, not right now, decline. Okay, so I did dance in my hometown. I started dancing at a club called Mars. It was originally Platinum Horse. The house mom there legit came to the club I was working at in Canton to recruit me. Shout out Rachel. Like, that's my woman. Like, she my homie. Like, we've been friends for so long now. Like, holidays, like we built a real relationship off of her coming to recruit me. And then I worked in Cleveland at the Hustler Club there. That's the one that I'm normally at when I work in Cleveland. I've worked at Tops and Bottoms in Cleveland. I've worked in Columbus.
Wow.
Like, I've worked a little bit of everywhere in Ohio, but in doing competitions, I've also been to West Virginia, Philly, Florida, Arizona. Like,
yeah, tell us
just
about those
to
competitions
do like
you've been doing.
Huh?
Tell us about those competitions you've been doing.
Okay, so there used to be a competition called Miss Pole Champ USA. And I don't know what happened to that competition. It just kind of disappeared. But it used to be ran by Nikita Cash, and it was a way for them to groom showgirl entertainers into their featuring agency, which I thought was dope. Yeah, so I did those competitions a little bit of everywhere, like every state, every region. That's actually the competition that I ranked nationally in back in like 2013. Yeah, like
awesome.
I stopped competing in 2014. I've done Miss Nude Ohio twice. I've won that twice.
Yes.
I've won Cleveland Pole Princess, which is a deja vu competition. I've won that twice. I've done Sensational Features Star Search, and I got second runner-up, best butt, best pole performance. I did that in 2014, and that was the last competition that I did. It was a 3-day competition, and baby.
Hey, but you know
I
you're
got
good.
cold
You know
brew
good
right now, but the tea is hot. Okay.
That's awesome though. Winning Miss Nude Ohio twice. Fuck, that's an accomplishment.
Oh yeah. Like Hustler that's my home club. A lot of it's changed over the years, but that's my home club back in Cleveland. They've given me the information to like enter into these competitions, the space to like record entry videos for these competitions. And like, basically they kind of really gave me a huge opportunity to like compete, do feature shows, perfect my craft, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I could do, they would let me do whatever feature show I wanted to. If I wanted to pour candle wax on my body, they would let me pour candle wax on my body. Like, I like doing those feature shows. I just hate the competition aspect.
Yeah, it gets pretty feisty. I'm actually pretty done with the competitions myself. It's stressful, don't you find it? Like,
yes, it's stressful, but I don't like the politics behind it, if that makes sense.
That too.
Like,
of course it does.
I've made some great friends on the competition circuit and in the feature circuit, like some really good friends. Lacey Rain, Christina Gucci here in the US.
I love her. Yeah.
Girl, I love Christina Gucci.
Me
like
too.
I got tongue-tied when I met her. I competed against her.
Came out with that Mortal Kombat shit.
Girl, I competed against her. Yes, she did that one. I competed against her in nationals for Miss Pole Champ USA in 2013. And like, that was my first time meeting her. I got tongue-tied. I like walked up to her like, hi, I'm so excited to meet you. Like at the Exotica Expo. But she's like the sweetest person I've met. And like, she has so much wisdom and advice to give. Like, she got me through that last competition. Like, her words and what she told me got me through that last competition and really
What'd she tell you?
Really helped me elevate. Okay, so here's a little bit of tidbit. I was getting ready to go do Sensational Feature Star Search. It's a 3-day competition. It was held in Battle Creek, Michigan. And I was like nervous because you win this, you go on tour. They put you on a 10-city tour off of this Star Search. So I'm like, okay, I got this costume, this music is edited, these are my 3 days, these are the 3 sets that I'm doing for the competition, this is my prop, you know, everything is lined up. I've been prepping for this, I put in work for this 3-day competition. She was featuring at the Christie's in Cleveland, and I hit her up, picked her up, we went and got pho. I think that's how you say it, right? Pho?
Yeah, pho.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, but we went and got pho. That was my first time getting pho. And yeah, she just told me, she was like, honestly, you have to draw inspiration for dancing on stage from things that have absolutely nothing to do with being a stripper. You can't go in and have this mindset of this is what stripping is, this is how it's supposed to look. You gotta draw inspiration from other genres, salsa, bachata, merengue, majorette, like anything that inspires you, you figure out a way to create it into something more. Like that. And after she told me that, it was just like, okay, like it clicked. Like everything that I was doing in competitions before, plus her words of telling me like, look, draw inspiration from something that's not stripper-esque. Like, don't worry about like how seductive this is supposed to be. Look at how this looks overall and tie it in together to create your own style, your own flow. And it clicked. And once it clicked, I was like, okay. And now I just live in the moments. Like, I don't think about what I'm doing. I don't think about how a routine is supposed to go unless it's something I need to create a routine for. But all routines and choreography starts off as a freestyle. So I've learned to like live more in those freestyle moments. So when I think of a show now, I think of like my music. So here's what my breakdowns are. I know I want to hit this move on this move on that. I want to do this to flow to this.
Yeah.
And then after that, like once I hit my specific things that I know I want to hit,
Yeah.
everything else is a freestyle. So now I'm living in the moment with a slight bit of choreography.
Yeah. Slight
So
bit.
that it takes that competitive anxiety off, and you just get to live in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes across on stage because you're doing something that like you're happy in doing.
Mm-hmm.
So now, as a house dancer, I just keep that same energy. I still go on stage. In my mind, I'm like, okay, let's turn it up. Give me some lights. Give me this song. I know the song because I listen to the music that I'm dancing to on stage anyway. So I know the song. I know where I want to hit my pole tricks at, what breakdowns I want to hit. But other than that, I'm just up here, eyes closed. I just smoked me a fatty, took me a couple shots. I'm just living in the moment and having fun. Like, it's a job, take it seriously, but not so serious. You still got to be the life of the party. You still got to.
I love that quote too. Oh yes, you're just dropping down the knowledge today. Awesome.
Like, no, my favorite quote is not be the life of the party. It's what do you bring to the party? Mm-hmm. Realistically, absolutely nobody cares about your sad stories. That's just being honest. Nobody cares about your sad stories. They only care about what the fuck you bring to the party.
Yeah.
Did you bring some ice? Did you bring some guac? What you bring to the party? So as a dancer, the club, that's the party. What do you bring to the party? What's your contribution to this energy in this room? Yes. How are people receptive of you? Sometimes my only contribution may be my energy off the stage. So you got to bring what you bring to the party. You could change the energy around. If ain't nobody spending, you got to bring something to the fucking party. Turn the energy around. What do you bring to the party?
I love it. I love it. I was going through your Instagram as usual. And I love your hashtag, I believe my own hype. I love that. What does that mean to you? What's the message behind that?
Okay, so when I competed for nationals in 2013, I was at the Exotica Expo. I was there by myself. I didn't have any friends there, any family. It's a room full of people that I don't know. I didn't know anyone there. I had just met Christina Aguchi. I know the lady running the competition, Nikita Cash, but I didn't know anybody else there. Oh, a couple of competitors, Ryan Ashley, Veda Kiss, R.I.P. Veda Kiss.
Veda, wow.
Yes, that was my homie. I miss her dearly. Like, she's the one that taught me how to do like deadlift handstands up against the pole and stuff like that.
I met her only once, but she was a gem.
Did you meet her at it was a competition in Canada.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember she was going up there to compete. Yeah. See, that's my homie. I loved her. But it was a few competitors there that I knew, but other than that, I'm really there by myself. And not only that, you know, when you're the token Black girl competing, it gets a little awkward. So it's like all of that is going for me. And I'm like, okay, nerves are up there. I did not have a good competition day. I fell out of a couple of tricks and like the crowd was just crickets. And of course I'm devastated because I didn't do as good as I wanted to do. Thankfully, I still placed 8th out of the top 10, but it's not as good for me personally as I wanted to do. So after that, it was just kind of like, sometimes you may not have a cheerleader there, but you got to believe your own hype. You got to believe your own hype before anybody else will. Like, if you don't believe your own hype and what you're capable of doing, how is anybody else going to believe it too? So I kept saying like, okay, I got to believe my hype. Went back home to my home club, talked to the manager, asked them about doing more like feature shows so that way I could get like my shows up, things like that. Blessed that they allowed for me to have the opportunity to do that, to perfect my craft. And I just kept believing my own hype. And it was times where I would have like shows in Cleveland and like some of my friends wouldn't come and support me. And it's just like, okay, that's cool. I believe my hype, somebody else sees. Somebody is going to see what I'm capable of doing as long as I keep believing in what I'm capable of doing. So I just keep that going with me, like, believe your own hype. Believe your own hype. You got to be your own cheerleader. Believe your own hype. Believe your own hype. And now it's just shocking to have like so many people that like don't know me in different countries, Australia, Canada, that like believes my hype because I kept believing my own hype. I know in my mind what I'm capable of doing. I may not be there yet, but I know in my mind what I'm capable of doing and what I'm working towards. So as long as I keep believing my hype, you're going to get the cheerleaders in the back. You stay focused on your hype, the cheerleaders are going to come because you're staying in your lane realistically. Long as you believe your hype and stay in your lane and focused on what you're doing, other people will see. And then they'll believe your hype too. But in doing that, you can't look back on people like, nah. No, you gotta hype them up too, because you don't know if they got a cheerleader behind them that's hyping them.
I love it.
So not only in believing your own hype, but feeding it back to the next person. Because like just as much as they're hyping you up, they may need to be hyped up too, which is why I kind of keep my page like real positive energy. Like, no, you gorgeous, girl. Like, I don't care if we ain't friends. If you having a bad day, I'm say something that I feel is gonna make you happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, girl, you good, you gorgeous. Don't let that get to you. Like, fuck him, fuck that bitch. No, you capable of doing this. You're capable of it, because some people don't have a cheerleader behind them. And as much as somebody else cheered me on, let me cheer you on too, girl. We good. It's enough money in this room for everybody. It's enough clout if somebody want to chase it for everybody. It's enough, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're capable of doing whatever you put your mind to. It's enough for everyone in this world, long as you just stay focused and believe your own hype. Who cares who don't believe it? You either on Team Shayla or you not. And if you ain't, that's cool. That's cool. Because it's enough people that are for me. So we gonna stay over here with us and keep our party going, because everybody over here brings something to the party.
Yes, nice. Bring back that shit around. I love it.
Like, everybody that's over here is bringing something to the party. If you're not trying to contribute and keep water in this garden that we got going over here as a unit, then baby, hate from outside the club.
What was performing on those concert stages? The artist I saw was, but I have it written down here, Big Knit. I don't know who that is.
Oh no, Big Crit. Oh.
Big Crit, Big Knit. I spelt it wrong.
Oh yeah, shout out Big Crit, shout out Dutch, shout out Portia, that entire team. That was like my first time doing a concert performance. It was amazing. Like, I want to do more. I definitely want to do more. I feel like that's where I belong.
You were killer on that stage. It was good, especially that end part where he was singing to you, and I was like, "Oh, he's getting close. You're like, getting fire." Yeah,
it was an all around great experience. Like, I legit loved that experience. His entire team made me feel comfortable. Portia, she my homie. We may not talk all the time. We may not be like legit friends, but bitch, you my friend. Go friend. Yeah. Because in that day, like literally in that one day that we like knew each other for that moment, it was just like, yeah, I love this song. I love this song too. Like, yes. Like, we just vibed out for a moment. And like, she made me feel comfortable and eased my nerves when I went on stage. And like, it was a good vibe. His entire team just has positive energy, and him being an independent artist, he's really doing a lot of stuff on his own without any backing. And to see his fan base like backing him and supporting him and even cheering me on. And the fact that it was people there that follow me on Instagram and they're like, yes, strip her out. Believe my own hype. Like, kill it, Shayla. Like, I was just like, this is lit. This is so lit. Like, I see why people say like artists, music artists say being on stage is better than any drug because of the adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like the adrenaline that you get from the energy of the people that's like singing your songs and like screaming for you. Like, y'all don't even know me, but y'all cheering me on too.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let me give you a hair whip here, give you a lip there. Like, I legit love the energy. I really want to do more. Like, I feel like that's like my niche. I feel like live performances are my niche. I like it. I love it. That's my favorite thing. It was my favorite thing to do. Like, outside of the music video I did with Cortland Jabray, the live performance with Big Crit, amazing. 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 Awesome. Hey, Crit, hit me up if you need another pole dancer. me and my dog, we be on the road anyway. We can travel. Let me know. I'm here.
Awesome. You have a dog that you travel with?
Yes, a small dog. I put her up right now because she's a lap dog. Like, she'll be all up here in the mix trying to be interviewed.
It's about her now.
Yeah, like, that's how she is. She's so cute though. Yeah, that's my road dog, literally.
Oh man. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, with everything that's happened with the Black Lives Movement that's still going on, how have recent events changed how you work with others in the industry?
Okay, so as much as it's gonna sound funny, I've never had to experience too many racial issues, especially being a woman of color that typically works in white strip clubs. Like, I've personally never had a racial issue with like managers, dancers. It's more so customers that create some of the tension. But even then, I'm just like, well, you paying to see pussy, so I guess your opinion really don't matter, you know? Like, I think of like that, like, well, you down bad because you paying to come in here. So that much isn't an issue, but I think the bigger picture of it, for me, that's like a positive thing, is seeing more women of color in white strip clubs. Because no shade to no clubs or anything like that, but back in the day, there was a thing where like, if there was too many Black women working at a white strip club, they wouldn't hire more Black women. So now, sometimes you go into what you think may be a white gentleman's club, and it's more Black women working than white women. And I'm like, yes, hunty. And they're in there dancing to like rock, and I'm like, yes, girl, let them know. Let them know you're capable of killing it in any club that you go to, because it puts a cap on what they think Black women is capable of drawing in white gentlemen's clubs, as opposed to like urban strip clubs. But then you have the white guys that go to urban strip clubs too. So it's just, it's a double-edged sword. I'll say that, being a woman of color in white strip clubs, especially during this time. Okay. Because you get like, and I work in like Nashville. Hello, I live in Nashville, Tennessee. Country music capital, USA. So it's a lot of Southern white people here. There's the rednecks. And I don't mean any of this in like a discriminatory way. Let's just make sure that I'm clear, but it's the best way that I could describe like the different types of people that are already here in Nashville. Like you have those wealthy white men and wealthy men of color, and then you have the not so wealthy white men and the not so wealthy men of color, and they all come into the strip clubs equally. And it's kind of like, okay, sometimes the wealthy white man they gonna look at us like, look at the Black woman like, no, thank you. But then go in the back with like, somebody that's maybe not so much up to par with their look and their upkeep as a woman of color. But then you have the people who ain't doing so hot financially, and they're gonna be like, okay, come on, let's go do these dances. It's a weird time. It's literally just a weird time for me. It's kind of hard to pinpoint how it is because I've never really experienced those issues to begin with for me to really say like how they've changed. The only thing I would say is a positive is seeing more women of color in white strip clubs. Because that was a huge thing for me, like back in the day, like it only being like 4 or 5 Black women in the strip club. Like what? White men like Black women too. Black guys come in here too. Mexican guys come in here too. Like hire more women of color, hire more Latinas. But it was just like that whole, they don't want those clients coming into the strip club.
Exactly what we got. Yeah. That all the time.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean by those clients? Because just as rowdy as you think Black people get, white people get too. Let their sports team win. Let their sports team win, and it's a whole fucking riot out in the streets. Yeah. So I'm like,
yeah, that's a fact. I think that just happened this year with the Montreal Canadiens, and they rioted the streets in Quebec.
Montreal. Yeah, and it's like, but you like white strip clubs put all these like dress codes in place and music bans in place to try and keep a certain demographic out. But it's like, hello, Grandpa John over there is singing all the words to this Cardi B song. But you worried about the Black people that's coming in here. Like, what?
Oh, so funny.
Come on now.
So you mentioned that you never experienced racism in the clubs. Well, you not saying never, but not all the time. What about growing up? Was it hard, easy growing up in America as Black?
For me, I lived in like a predominantly Black area of Akron. And yeah, I don't know. I was just around like my people, although my neighborhood was still very diverse. My next door neighbor was a white family, and that was my best friend. Todd was my best friend. We grew up together literally as neighbors. His mom and my mom grew up together. His grandmother and my grandmother were real close friends. They would sit outside and talk all the time. So like, I think for me, because my grandmother had a diverse group of friends and my mom had a diverse group of friends, I didn't really experience it. So it's crappy to say, but like, I mean, it's not crappy to say, but as a Black woman, it's like, I've never really experienced like to my face racism, like maybe some passive aggressiveness, and then I just like, okay, I see who you are, and I don't fuck with you.
Yeah,
but
those people around you to tell you.
Yeah, like, and it's not even necessarily somebody that'll tell me. It's about somebody's actions and what they say when they think like nobody's really paying them attention, and like it may not be like a blatant racist statement, but it has that underlying racism to it, and I'm just like, oh, okay, girl, I see you. I see you. I just know not to talk to you. I know you ain't part of this circle. Like, you can't sit with us type of stuff. Like, that's like, I'm a friendly person, but yeah, girl.
I love it. I brought that question up just because I know the way I've grown up was predominantly in white neighborhoods. So I never really got to experience that community to be surrounded by. So it's nice to hear that you got that tribe.
Oh yeah,
grew up with that tribe and were able to like learn how to stand up for yourself and your family. So yeah.
Oh yeah, no, my grandmother, she didn't play. She was a teacher. My grandpa, My grandpa was a sheriff. He also worked at Chrysler. Like he retired from Chrysler, and he grew up in the South in Mississippi. So my grandparents ain't play, so I don't play.
I love it.
Like that's you pitching a tent here. Okay, we finna have a circus. If you keep it cute and classy, I'm gonna keep it cute and classy. But I just know how to take you, girl. I see you, but just like you ain't making it blatant, I ain't finna dog your life out in front of everybody. But I see you, and then when people see how you've treated somebody and how you act towards them, then they start to look at that person like, wait, why is she doing that to you? And then they see it, and then it goes on from there and there. So you don't even got to say nothing. People will show you who they are through their own actions. Yeah. I let people hang themselves with their rope. Like,
yeah.
I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm blessed and highly favored. As long as you don't pitch the tent, we don't gotta have a circus. Long as you don't pitch it. Oh, keep them nails up off the ground. We good.
Oh, okay, I got just a few more questions for you. I want to know what your training regimen is like. How are you so strong and flexible? And you're vegan? Is that true?
No, oh girl, no, I am not
okay.
vegan. No,
I thought I saw something about there being vegan. I'm like, how does she survive?
No, okay. First off, I eat like crap. I'll be honest, I eat like crap, but I try and balance my crap eating with some healthy eating. So like if I'm on the road and stuff like that, of course I'm eating like fast food. We eating some Southern stuff. Like we in the South, okay, let's find like the soul food restaurants. Like we smashing cornbread dressing, mac and cheese, spicy collards.
I don't have any of that food in Alberta.
Girl, get your life.
I just need to go home. Like,
Mom, girl, no. You gotta cook it then. You gotta cook it. You gotta go get some yams and whip it up. That mac and cheese with the brown top over it. So good. So I eat like crap, but I try and balance it out with like some healthy eating. So like if I'm home for a time period, I'll go to the grocery store and get like salmon and rice and veggies. So I try and balance out the crap that I'm eating with some healthy meals too. I think like everything is good in like moderation. So, and I love cakes and pies.
Yeah.
Like who don't want no cake? If you say you don't eat dessert, I can't trust you. Like how you don't like sweets? Like hello. Oh, shit. And honestly, I have no idea how I got flexible or strong because I don't work out. I don't stretch.
Okay.
I know it sounds crazy to say, but I legit do not stretch. I don't stretch. Over time, I've allowed my body to tell me what it wants, like what it's capable of doing. Like those shoulder stands and chin stands you see me doing now. Yeah, I tried that for the first time. When did Dance Moms come out?
Ooh, I don't know, 2014?
No, it was before that. I want to say maybe like 2011, 2012. Anywho, I had tried to do chin stands and shoulder stands back in 2012 when Dance Moms came out because I was liking all the acro tricks.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it then. So I still didn't stretch. I still didn't train them. I just, over time, just let my body tell me what it's ready to do. I wish I was like disciplined enough to stretch. I don't even know how to stretch. I'm gonna be honest. I could not tell you how to stretch. I couldn't tell you how to stretch. I couldn't tell you like where your knee is supposed to be at in a lunge. Like my knee will be over my ankle if I tried to stretch. And I know it's not supposed to, but I legit don't stretch.
Yeah, geez. Well, for those of you who don't know, if you watch her videos on Instagram,
don't be like me. Don't be like
she does this move where her leg and she's upside on the pole and she's got it like up here, the bird of paradise. And I tried doing that my shoulder will not do that. It will not go that way. So, but I just watch your videos and like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
And honestly, my mind will break down a pole trick. So I watched Alethea Austin's video on the Bird of Paradise for like 2 months. And I just kept looking at all of her contact points on the video. And then I started picturing myself doing it in my mind. And one night I was at Hustler in Cleveland, and it was slow, and there was a little side stage by the front bar. And I was like, I'm gonna just try this. Record me in case I get this trick.
Yeah.
And
feeling it.
Yeah, I ended up doing it. And I was like, okay. So then that's literally how I learned how to do tricks, is watch and learn, and then record and watch and watch and watch. Then break it down in my mind, me doing it, exactly like what points of contacts I need, how does my body need to tilt for me to get into this position. Like I literally visualize myself doing the trick over and over and over and over again. So then by the time I'm actually ready to try it, I got the mechanics in my mind of where I need to go.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll hit a trick for the first time when I'm just on stage, like doing a normal stage set. I never tried this trick before. I just saw a video on it. Let me see if I can do it. And boom, there it is. And I'm like, I'll be on stage like, okay,
you got it. I love it.
Okay, like in my mind,
watch me now.
Right? Like in my mind, I'm like, yes, bitch. But physically, I'm like, yes. And then I'm like real turned up on stage. Like it's a different story once I hit that trick for the first time. So I don't know. It's just I have no idea how I am capable of doing the things that I do. Trust me, if I could figure out how to do what it is that I do on stage, I would definitely upload videos, like tutorials on how to do the things that I do. And it's hard, like I can't tell somebody how to get as flexible as me, or do a chin stand, or do a shoulder stand, because I don't even know how I got to that point. I don't know what I did with my body before I realized that I could like rotate over and like stand on my shoulder, like, or on my chin. Like, I don't know how I got to that point. I was literally probably blunted as fuck on stage and was like, I feel like I can do this. I can try it. Now sometimes I don't care if it's a slow night. I don't care if I fall. Like, especially if it's a floor work move, I'm just gonna roll over on the stage. Okay, just turn it into something that you know you can do. Yeah. So I just be trying it. Awesome. If it don't go, it don't go. If it go, great. Great. Like Tony the Tiger. Okay. All right. Other than that, like I don't know. I don't know. And I wish I knew, because I really, like, my muffin gang be wanting to know. Like, how do you do this? How do you do that?
You call them all the muffins. I love that.
Yes, I love my muffins. I love my muffins. Like, they're like amazing. On my bad days, when I'm having down days, they're like, girl, you good? Like, they're a great support. It's like a village without knowing a lot of them. So it's like, it's dope. Like I love my muffins. Muffin gang. I love y'all. Like,
well, do you have your joint ready? It's time for some 4 for 1. I'm gonna ask you some 4 interesting questions while we spark up our little doobie here.
Yes. Hold on. Where did I put that roller?
Oh no.
Well, I got one.
There she go.
Oh, here it is. And I had a half of one, and then I got a whole one. So we're good. Okay. I just can't find here it is. The lighter.
To commensurate our friendship, our pen pal friendship over the years.
Yes. Yes.
2 Black beautiful queens
that are alt. We both love rock music, the same rock music at that. Like hair whips. Like, we love it. We have different styles, but we're the same.
We're the same.
I need to come up to Alberta to vacay and meet you. What?
Well,
Wait,
probably
are
I'll
the
probably
winners
come down.
like?
I know I'm coming down to the US next fall, so
Yes, finally,
I know.
finally.
Got my waiver. It was for smoking weed.
Oh man, that's like the worst. And now it's like weed is legalized in so many states.
Oh my god, that's another topic. Holy shit. With the
Side note.
Simone Biles, like, sorry, not her, the track star that can't be at the Olympics because of weed is an enhancer. Sleep and eat maybe, but
Side note.
they run fast. I have no idea.
US. Why can't like the Supreme Court just go ahead to like legalize and decriminalize marijuana for recreational use? Like y'all would say, like, just go ahead and do it. Like Supreme Court, just go ahead and freaking make the ruling because it's a ridiculous law, first and foremost. Secondly, decriminalize it because now we got freaking weed dispensaries set up like Apple stores, but you got all these people incarcerated for like the same thing virtually. So like, come on now. And on top of that, that's my only charge on my record. Like, come on.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's time for some rapid fire Q&A. Let's begin the 4-for-1.
First 4-for-1 question I have for you. What would be the theme song of your life?
K. Michelle, Got Him Like Damn. Well, the song is called Got Him Like. Yeah.
Got him like. What's it sound like?
It's like, got him like damn, damn. Yeah, got the whole class screaming, damn. Right. yeah, because like I like to shock people. I'm a Capricorn. I'm like, okay, it's time to turn up. No matter what, if I'm just out in public, I kind of put on a show still, even if I'm not at work. Like I'm just confidently me, and people are like, damn, you know, or like damn, yeah, damn by Janet Jackson. Like, yeah, both of those songs, play them back to back. They're the theme songs of my
life. What has been your favorite memory this year?
Ooh, my favorite memory this year. Okay, wait, because this year, like 2020, or I mean,
not COVID year. So January 2021 till now.
Okay,
so
January.
You only had like a bit of winter and spring and some summer.
Okay, so I think like my favorite thing about this year so far has just been traveling. Like I'm hitting more clubs. Like I've branched off from like white gentlemen's clubs to going to like more urban throw strip clubs, which is a completely different hustle, but I've branched off and I'm like trying new things. I'm going new places. I'm loving traveling. Like I like being on the road. I like experiencing different strip clubs, experiencing different stripper styles, because you never really realize how like certain strip club areas just got a certain style to them on their own. So I like seeing all of that and, you know, taking this from here, this from there, picking up this little trick, you know, and then also making my mark on those areas too. So I like that. I've been liking that aspect of it, meeting new people, new vibes. Like I've been enjoying that about this year. That's been my favorite part of the year so far.
Awesome. Who is your celebrity hero and why?
Ooh. Cicely Tyson. I've loved her since I was a little girl. And she's my favorite because she's always portrayed strong Black women.
Okay.
And as a Black woman myself, coming from a line of Black women who are also strong in their own right, it's like, okay, yeah, okay, I can be strong just because I'm going through this right now. Doesn't mean that that's where I'm always gonna be. Her, definitely Viola Davis. Like, yeah, I like to see like strong Black women, especially celebrities that are like known in the industry, like they've worked their way up, they've paid their due just, and you need to put some respect on their name. Like, yes. Let them know. Let them freaking know, okay? Let them know, okay? Just like let them know they need to respect you like they do in Winter. Like let them know. Like I like that.
Final question. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
If I had a superpower, what would it be and why? I would like to be able to read people's minds.
Ooh. Sneaky.
But I would like to be able to control it so I can do it when I want to. Like when I'm at work.
Yeah, like Xavier where he gets like hit with so many minds all over the world. You want to be able to
I want to be able to like pinpoint it and like read one person's mind in particular that I want to read at that moment. Like because it will come in handy when I'm at work. It would come in real handy when I'm at work because now I can give you your fantasy without really trying to figure out what it is. So now I can get to your wallet. Okay. Like, what you want me to be? What you like? Okay, I know what you like. Yeah, let me just go ahead and choke you now. Give me your money. Yeah, I know that's what you like.
I love it.
Like, yeah, I would love to read minds.
I like it. Oh, fuck.
Get your notepads handy. It's time for some sex worker advice.
My first tip to everyone, and I told this to a girl when she started dancing here, and she's legit been so thankful for like my advice before she started dancing. So my first tip to her, especially like baby strippers, like baby dancers, and I know it may come off real crazy to some people, but do not drink your first night dancing. If you could do it, don't drink your first week dancing, because if you can do this job without having to have a drink or like Coke, none of that to take your mind out of where you are, then you'll be able to do this job no matter what. Like if you have to alter your mind to do this job to start with, then it really ain't the job for you. Because you got to have strong skin, and you're going to be happy to be able to focus on like making your money, where your money is at, where you're putting your money, how people are approaching you, what's going on in the room. Because it's been plenty of times you've just seen somebody drunk in the club or coked out in the club or drugged out in the club, and they done lost all their money walking around that club. Like but that is my best advice, is to do this job the first day, the first week sober, because if you can do it sober, you can do it no matter what situation you're in, you'll be able to handle this environment. Because the strip club is a mean environment. Like I done seen some people lose themselves in the strip club, like become alcoholics, become druggies. Like the strip club is a mean beast. Yeah, like that's the best advice I could give somebody, because now you focused on what you saying to these customers, you focused on how much money you getting out of these customers, like you real focused on your hustle. You can't be a dope boy and smoke the dope. Like no, you gotta be focused. You gotta be focused. So first advice, first tips, do this job, do your audition sober if you can. And eyes and teeth. Make eye contact with customers. Smile at customers. Crack jokes. Like you gotta show personality. You could be the most gorgeous looking crayon in the box, but if you don't got a personality, baby, you ain't gonna go nowhere. You could be the best dancer. You could have the best moves, but if you don't have a personality and be able to connect with these customers, no way, Jose. And eye contact is a great way to make an initial connection with customers. Mm-hmm. You get to see who's interested in you in a room. You walk around and you look at somebody and they make eye contact with you, bat them eyes and walk up to them. What's up, honey? And if you ain't a talker, you gotta have some good sales lines, because I don't like to talk, but I got some good sales lines. Like, I'm a quick seller. You catch me at between midnight and close, oh, those is my hours, because I'm a seller. I don't like to have long conversations. I get bored easily. So power hour is that's my time, because I'm coming up to you like, yeah, what's up? I seen you, see me, see you watching me. So you want to come and get Cirque du Soleil on your dick? You trying to come in the back and let me put my legs behind your head? Like, for real. I say all of that stuff. Like, those is my sales lines. But at the same time, you got to give good dance too. You can't say you want to get Cirque. For real, you can't be like, you want to get Cirque du Soleil on your dick and give a basic ass lap dance, because now, girl, what? Where's the circus? You still gotta perform back there in them dancing, because your club dances may be $40 base, but I'll be trying to get them extra tips. Okay, like,
for real though. Yes.
So that I give a good dance. That way, after however many songs you get, it's 120 plus a tip, because you know I just killed that shit. Bat them eyes, smile, like, for real. I don't like to talk, but I got good quick sales. And if talking is your thing, get them into the VIP rooms. I get people in VIP rooms off of lap dances. I'll give a good dance, and then now I'm like, so you want to come and get this VIP room? Like, while I'm dancing on them, like, you gotta perfect your hustle. Everybody, what worked for one ain't gonna work for everybody. You gotta find your niche. Like, find your niche. I know I'm not a great talker unless I'm like in a real good mood and it's something I really like to converse about. I am not a good talker. Like, I like quick sales. I like to get to it. I don't like to waste an hour with a customer to maybe get a VIP room. Like, no, I want them like this. I like to move like this. I like to keep going because it makes the time go quicker. So I try and do quick sales, but find your niche. Give them eyes and teeth. If you on stage, eye contact really help.
Yeah.
It could be somebody in the back of the freaking club. If you make eye contact with that person in the back of the room, they either gonna come up to the stage and tip you, or when you get off stage, you go over to that person, they're gonna buy the dance, or they're gonna buy the VIP room from you. Eye contact on stage is where you build some connections at. And guys are simple. They're turned on by visuals. They're visually turned on. So if you're doing something sexy and you're giving them eyes with them lashes, they're gonna get turned on anyway. And there's your fucking money.
Yeah.
There you go. Like, eyes and teeth. Build those connections. Those distant, nonverbal connections help with your sales. I'm telling you. Eyes and teeth.
I know that. Fuck yeah, I love it.
And here's some more free game. I literally just told my friend this recently. Excuse me. So me and my friend was traveling, and I'm like, no, we got to go on stage because this job is sales, right? Being a dancer is sales. You got to think about it in that way. However, stage is your infomercial. That is your chance to show everybody in the room what you are working with, okay? Stage is your Cindy Crawford meaningful beauty moment, okay? Y'all know them commercials is on all the time. Stage is your infomercial.
That's so true.
And then lap dances, them is your direct sales.
Oh, God, that's so good analogy. I love that.
Lap dances and VIP rooms are your direct sales. So if some girls like, I make more money not going on stage, watch how they may be better with direct sales, but never miss an opportunity to put your infomercial out. Your infomercial is how you appeal to everyone in the room. So, and especially like if you're a performer, that is really your time to put your infomercial out. So then people are seeing what you're doing. So when you get off stage, it's like, yeah, you ready for this sale? You know what I'm saying? Like, you done seen my infomercial. You done see me up on the pole with my leg behind my head. You done see what I'm capable of. You see I'm limber. Like, yeah, I'm a stallion, but I move like a gazelle. You trying to come and play. I'm trying to come and take this stallion out the stable, you know, like now you got your direct sales because you done put your infomercial out and you're more inclined to make sales because your infomercial then went across the room now.
I absolutely love that. Tell us where everyone can find you. You're freaking hilarious. You have the best advice. Your page is dope. Tell us where we can find you. If you got an OnlyFans, YouTube page, Instagram, drop it.
Okay, so I have Instagram and YouTube right now. Both are Shayla _no_y. And you spell Shayla without the Y, literally. SHALA_no_y. So you can find me on Instagram and YouTube. I'm working on getting some more YouTube content taken care of, some travel vlogs, things like that. I got some content coming out for you muffins. I'm working on some merch for you muffins. So be on the lookout for that stuff. I'm working on a lot of things this year and I'm like really excited for it. I just appreciate all the love and the